Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my high Capa videos. In this video we're going to do a little upgrade onto my plastic fantastic 4.3 high Capa build. Now the last upgrade I did to this was fitting this nice red 5KU frame, and to be fair, since then I've not actually gamed this pistol. God, this light is really showing how different the shades of red are as well, isn't it? So I've not actually gamed this pistol since then. I took it to my local site and it's been fine, it's tested fine, got to site, pulled the trigger, and it went full auto on me. So rather than actually take it into a game, I ran, swapped it out. I didn't want to kind of like pop a corner and it go full auto. This thing is light, it is rapid, and I don't want it doing any harm to anyone. Full autoing indoors obviously is just bad in general, but this thing would be fucking horrific up close. So I kind of put it back in the tool bag and in the pistol case, and that was it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do another upgrade to it now. I've also got a new sear spring to try in here as well, but in testing it's actually been fine since I've got back home. So whether it just doesn't like being out on Airsoft sites or whether it is a home specific build, God knows, but let's get on with the build anyway. So what we're going to do this year, I am going to just kind of spice this up a little bit. And I'm probably going to do that with a few small parts. I'm probably going to end up swapping out this hammer this year, and I might actually end up going for a metal slide, but I might go for one of those super cut out ones. But to actually lay the foundations for that, I've always had this issue. Previously I'd had a black frame, a black slide, a black outer, and a black inner barrel. As you can see there, it's a PDI Palsonite, so they do come in a lovely black colour. And that's kind of okay, but it's also kind of plain. So what can we do here? I thought about doing some Cerakote, and I thought, well, do I do it with the slide, at which point the slide would match the frame and you don't get much kind of contrast. So the answer has been buy something really cheap locally. And what I've done is I've bought a 5KU twister outer barrel very cheaply from here in the UK, just from someone selling one from their spares box. So hopefully the red on there, yeah, absolutely, it doesn't match the 5KU frame or the trigger by the look of it, and it's probably actually not a million miles away. Yeah, the light's not really helping me there. So I just thought I'd bring another shade of red to this, what was meant to be kind of like a two-tone build, and it's more like a five-tone build now. So let's just install that. What I've also got towards the end of the install of this is I've got my new secret sauce, and that is an 8mm by 1mm O-ring, and I will show you that towards the end of this video, but let's just crack on with this one now. Some guys probably already do what I'm kind of alluding to as my new secret sauce, but it only occurred to me the other day when I was mucking about. I've got another build which I'm going to be changing soon, can't wait to show you that. But when I change that, the secret sauce will become a bit more prevalent, so I thought, why not? So I'm just going to change this out. We've got a red AM guide plug in here. We've got, I think it's a red AIP guide rod. Change that out. Now, one of the things which I've always loved about this setup is how tight the inner barrel is. There is no wobble in that at all. So it's kind of a shame to be taking that out. A little bit of wobble, but not as much as what you'd normally think. So it's a nice lightweight outer. I'm definitely going to save that, and I'll definitely put that in another build at some point. Got a few burring marks on there, but no cracks or anything like that. So that's held up really well. And I'm going to go for this 5KU. So there is an O-ring in here already, and that O-ring, what that does is that just kind of snugs up against the hop, so you get a nice tight fit in there. I'm just going to shove that down a little bit using I kind of use a very cheap set of picks, and what I've done is I've just blunted the ends of them a little bit, so that when you are poking, you're not actually going into your O-rings or anything like that. And then we're going to pop this through. I did read the other day, someone said 5KU barrels are incredibly tight. I hope that's not the case, but it might be. Oh yeah, that is tight. Nice, all up for that. It's going to mean my secret sauce is probably not needed, which is also a bonus. So we're going to push that down onto there. In you go. Oh gosh, yes, that is tight. Nice. There we go, click. We're in. Just pull that around. Wow, that is super tight as well. Yeah, loving that. And then I can just use this pick as well, just on the end of the barrel, just to kind of centralise it a little bit. That's probably just off centre because of the thread adapter I've got there. Yep, that's absolutely bone center. You're not catching that very well on cam, but it's one of those kind of perspective things. It is absolutely down the middle. This is one of the Ace Tech jobbers as well, so I'm quite tempted to leave that on there, spin that in there. And then, so what I was kind of alluding to is my secret sauce. So I actually expected the fitment of this to be a lot worse, and I expected it to be wobbling about all over the place. It's not, but I'm going to put it in anyway, just so I know it's in, because otherwise when I'm shooting I'm going to be like, oh, I'm definitely missing that O-ring, which makes no difference at all. So here we go, we're going to grab one of these new O-rings which I bought the other day. So what I actually did, I actually bought a whole pack of O-rings to find out that none of those are the right size. And I actually needed this size. I kind of used two of the wrong size O-rings to size up and go, yeah, that's what I want. So this is an 8mm inside diameter, 1mm cross section. So overall, I've got 10mm of O-ring. And what that allows me to do is that allows me to just drop it onto the outside of the inner barrel. If I just push down a little bit there, might be able to see. And this is where the picks come in really, really, really useful. And what I can do is I can just push it down just a little bit. And what that does then is that will center, so it's leaning heavily on what the AAPs do. And I'm going to center my barrel, my inner barrel, within the Ace Tech adapter. So you can see there it is coming up. So it's very difficult to do one-handed, exceptionally difficult to do in front of a camera as well, because the fitment is just so tight. And you just kind of, there we go, just massage it into place. So you've got the inner barrel, which is a 6.01, so you've got probably a mil either side, so you've probably got about 8mm. So the inside diameter of my O-ring is 8mm as well, so the O-ring has to just stretch on. But then the inside diameter of this is about 9.8mm or possibly 10.4, I can't remember which one it was. But by the time your O-ring is stretched that little bit, it just gives it the perfect size to sit inside here. And what that then does is you get this O-ring inside there, fits perfectly, no vibration on the outer of that. Happy days. So let's rebuild this bad boy back up. Now I did watch my guide plug just kind of do one off into the distance over there, so that's obviously slightly annoying. So come back here, you. And we're going to put this together. I can already see from the light under my light ring here that the reds absolutely don't match. But it's kind of okay because this is a speedy boy gun. So it's going to be moving too fast for you to see it anyway. So we'll just drop this back in. Pull it. Oh, love that. I'm just going to show you that. The seal I get on this nozzle is crazy. This is why I run Elite nozzles. They just seem to be that little bit thicker. Ooh. Absolutely amazing. And then in here, I'm actually running at the moment, it's a DP 75 degree booking. Ooh. There we go. Changed. New outer barrel is now in place. We can see that we have red spiraling through there, so it kind of looks pretty trick. And that's kind of changed the look of the pistol enough for me to be really, really happy with it. I know that it's black and red and black and red and black and red all the way through. And we have a very nicely centered inner barrel in there, of which point I can spin a jobber on. Spin a jobber, spin a tracer on. And there we have it. Only an outer barrel swap, not technically complex in any way, shape or form. They are tight fitting barrels. I love how tight they are. That makes me very confident for my next kind of build project which I've got going on. And then I'm quite happy with my new O-ring thing. I'm going to do that on all the pistols that I do now, whether if I'm running these adapter jobbies. Thank you very much if you're with me. Thank you very much if you're one of my new subscribers over the last week or so. I've been kind of hitting the shorts pretty hard, so apologies if you're a subscriber and you don't like shorts and you've been ignoring those. I am sorry for bombing you, but it is helping really, really grow my channel at the moment. Please do hit that like button. Please do drop me a comment if you think I've done something wrong, if you think I could do something better, and if you just like what I'm doing. Drop me a comment. I will always answer back. And obviously, gold standard, as always, join me on my YouTubing journey and hit that sub button. Thank you very much, guys. I will catch you in the next one for a significantly better build.